Okay, so I think we are live again. Saurabh, I did not know that. Okay, so Anish Giri kind of scared everyone saying we should not name the channels. So we are using red channel, purple channel, and so on. So I hope I am online. We are live again. Alan, can you just give feedback? Are we live or not?
Yes, sir. I'm able to hear you.
No, that is because of the Zoom.
Zoom, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this one.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I think we are,
it-
it says stream finished.
yeah, this stream is finished. Yeah, I'm able to see the timing now. Like it's around some 24 minutes. It's over now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let me go to
so
your channel again and see like whether I got any. So you'll be putting it as like a new video, right?
yeah, it will be a new
Yeah, live
stream
session
now.
with the participant and student. Yeah, this one is live.
Yeah,
I will ping in the chat also.
yeah.
Yes, sir. This one is live now.
Okay, but it says chat is disabled for this chat. Why is that?
I see few more people also saying hi in the new stream.
Okay, but in my screen I'm not. Okay, so let me check.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's
This one
fine.
is live now.
Okay,
Okay,
but it
good.
says chat is disabled for this chat.
But now your
Yeah,
voice is not that audible, that good as previous one, sir.
because the now it is fine.
Yeah, it's fine, sir.
Yeah. Okay, good. So, like I said, first important thing is we have to be passionate about the game because that is what will give us strength when things go wrong, and they will go
Yes, sir.
wrong. We will lose some games where we are not supposed to lose. These things will happen. Okay, so the passion will keep us going. The second is, yeah, hello, Vamsi Mohan, welcome. The second is we try to be very ambitious. We have a lot of aims in chess, but if you are not putting the corresponding effort, then that can also put us off.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and because our expectations are high, but the effort is not there. So it is very important that we not only are ambitious and passionate, we also have to support it with a lot of hard work. Okay, this is very important. Now, what does hard work mean? Now, basically, I will be doing a separate video on hard work um, in a few days from now. But before that, I will share it with the audience today. Okay, so in my view, what I feel is hard work. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, so the first thing is like I would say, I will also type it in the chat so the audience can see it. So I have posted in the chat. So hard work is giving one's best effort at what one is doing at any given time. Now, what do I mean by this? For example, right now we are having a live session, and um, like I'm trying to. So, right now we are having a live session, and if I start thinking about other stuff, then I will not be able to. Hello, James. Thanks. So if I'm doing the live stream now, and if I'm getting distracted with some other thing, then I will not be able to focus on what I'm currently doing, isn't it? So when we are actually playing chess, it is very important that when you're practicing at home, when you're playing in a competition, when you're trying to learn, we try to keep our focus at what we are doing currently. This is one. So we have to give our best effort. We should not give a half hearted effort. This is very important. So hard work means it is not just more work. Okay. Let me show an example. Let's say I want to build my muscles. Okay, so my some I read in some YouTube channels that I have to do exercise regularly. I have to lift weights, then I will become strong. So what do? I take a weight. It's not very heavy, right? And then I start lifting this for like 10 hours. I do like this. Okay. Now, will this make me strong? I'm lifting a very small weight, but I'm doing it for like 2 hours or 3 hours a day. Now, it won't build any muscle. I won't become strong. Simply because even though the effort is there, the effort is not straining me too much. I don't have to sweat too much. The effort is like can be done very easily. So if it is a very light effort where I can watch a movie and do this. Okay, but if I try to lift something very heavy, then I cannot be doing something else and lift something very heavy. I have to be fully focused on lift to no need. Yeah. So you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you are like putting a half-hearted effort with the mind fully distracted, or even with a mind full of doubts, then hello Gilbert, Javier, welcome, Merry Christmas. So if we our heart and mind is not in the effort, then that effort will not be very productive. So it is very important that we give our full effort into what we are doing currently, whatever it is. Suppose if we are having dinner, our full concentration should be on having the dinner. Okay, suppose if we are eating with family, it's good if we talk with each other, eat well. Okay, so similarly, whenever you come to chess, it means you have to give your full attention into what you are doing. This is the first requirement, and it is not easy for everyone. Okay, for example, the India Australia cricket match is going on. So I might be thinking, what is the score? Right? Or I have some other interest. So I am distracted by that. So it should not be that kind of an approach. Okay, so the second point I would say is also the ability to learn. Ability to learn to do things which do not come naturally or easily to us. Okay, so what I'm saying is when we are trying to learn, we should try to um, not only learn things which are easy, we should also learn things which are difficult for us. For example, let us say I don't like to eat vegetables. This is an analogy I share everywhere, so I will use it here also. So let us say I don't like to eat vegetables and I want to have a good, healthy life. Now, this is contradictory already, right? I have to eat healthy vegetables, all this stuff, fruits, vegetables, everything. Now, if I don't do the things which are necessary for me to have a healthy life, and then I blame circumstances or others, I'm not having a healthy life, it is tough, right? It's not fair. So, it is very important. If my priority is healthy life, then I should um, eat vegetables even if I don't like it. Okay, so things which I don't like, which does not come easily, still I will try to do those things. So how is it relevant to chess? So for example, now when I am trying to prepare at home, okay, so there are many areas that I need to work on. I have to work on my openings, and in opening itself there are a lot of things to do. I have to prepare my openings from white side, from black side. When I am preparing from black side, I have to prepare against first move e4, first move d4, first move c4, first move knight f3. This is just to talk about black, and I have to prepare against e4, right? And so a lot of stuff are I have to do, and apart from this I have to work on my middle game, and there are many areas in middle game I have to work. For example, my calculation skills, my attacking skills, my positional skills, all this I have to learn. Apart from that, I have to work on my end games. I have to improve my knowledge of theoretical end games. I have to learn about practical end games, how to convert advantage into a win. So there are many things I have to learn. Now let us say I have a particular style. So let us say I'm an aggressive player and I don't like to play quiet positions. I don't like to play end games. So these are possible, right? So if I am like this, then what can happen is, so I will say, okay, I don't like end game. I am an attacking player. So I will stop preparing end games at home, and I will not read any end game books. I will not listen to end game lectures. I'll stop basically working on my end game skills and then focus only on attack calculation, something like this. Okay. So when that happens, what will happen? Gradually, I will start becoming weaker in my endgame. So initially, it started like I don't like something, but that time I am not weak. I simply don't like. But after a few years of avoiding endgame work, after a few, let's say a couple of years, I would have become weak in endgame. Apart from I don't like endgame. And when you are improving in other areas of chess, let's say your rating is going up, and you will reach a point when you start playing good players more often. And when they look at your games, they will search for your games and try to find out where you lost. Okay, so which games you lost. And when they see the games you lost, they will realize that um, you are weak in endgame. Okay, so when I say you, I don't mean Alan. I'm just talking to everyone out there who are listening. So,
Yeah, sir.
whatever areas we ignore, we will become weak in that area gradually. And back in 1940s or 1950s or before, it was possible to be good chess player, even world champion, by being good in few areas, extremely good in few areas. You could even become a world champion or a very strong player, but not anymore. Now, if you want to be a good player, you have to have a universal style. You should be good at multiple things, not just one or two things. So this is also very essential. So what it also means is, so let us say I'm an attacking player. I don't like to play close positions. I don't like end games. So I have some likes and I also have some dislikes. Now, if I stop working on the areas I don't like, then I will never improve in those areas and they will easily become my weaknesses. Understood? So that is why I said this ability to learn is not only restricted to learning what you like, you should also learn what you don't like now. Okay, so just imagine like this. So let us assume I don't like to eat vegetables, but I want to be healthy, and everyone says I have to eat more vegetables. So I decide, okay, since I am want to improve my health, I will start eating vegetables in small quantities, even though I don't like it. Okay, so then I start eating small quantities vegetables, and after 2 weeks, let's say, I start liking some of the vegetables. Okay, this is very much possible. So this is what will happen in chess also. So currently, you may not like to play certain types of positions. You may feel you are not good at those areas. Usually, that is the feeling that makes us dislike some areas in chess. So if I think my endgame is not good, then I will think, oh, endgames are boring. I will start disliking it. Okay, so what I should do, I should make a list of things, okay, where I am good at, okay, which I like. And I should also make a list of things where I feel I am not good currently and I can get better. Okay, so this we have to do. And so that's why I said the ability to learn to do things which do not come naturally to us. Okay, the next thing is, many times what will happen, we will know this is what has to be done in a situation. Okay, but it will be very difficult to do. So the analogy I normally give is like, imagine you have to go to the third floor in a building. You can take the stairs or you can take the lift. Okay, and taking the lift is easy, but taking the stairs is tough. Okay, it's we have to put more effort, isn't it, when you climb the stairs? But it is healthy. So if health is my priority, I should choose to take the stairs. Understand? But it is the difficult thing to do out of the options before me. So these things should not put us off. Okay, because something is difficult or something um, is not easy is no excuse for not doing it. Okay, so similarly, it is very important we don't give up on ourselves. Okay, especially when things are not going the way we want them to go. This is also very important. Okay, so because when you lose a game, what used to happen when I was young and I was a player, when I lose a game, I won't feel like I have become a bad player because of losing one game. But these days, when I work with many young players, I see that when they lose a game, they are not only losing the game, but they are also going to some extreme sadness, and they start losing their confidence also. So, for example, the second round I lose a game, and third round I start playing for a draw because I am worried if I lose the third game also, then 2 games in a row I would have lost, and it is very bad, right? My rating will go down, others will think bad about me. We start worrying about a lot of things. Okay, so as a result, what is happening? We are not giving our best. We are making a lot of compromises, and this should be avoided. Okay, so you have to, whenever you lose a game in chess, you just tell yourself, I'm very interested in chess, I'm working hard. Okay, so this game I did not play well, I did some mistakes, so I deserve to lose this game. So it's fine, but I will learn from these mistakes and I will try to avoid them in the future and try to play a good game. Okay, so this way, if you are, are able to handle your losses, you it will just go away with some sadness and you'll be fine. But but what I see is many players, when they lose games, they start defining themselves in very negative terms, like I'm always playing bad chess, I'm always spoiling good positions, I'm always making calculation mistake, or my is so bad, I don't know how to play endgame, I'm very weak in endgame. So we tell ourselves that I am weak in this, I am weak in that, I am weak in this, and then it becomes kind of permanent. Okay, so the weaknesses are not permanent. The weaknesses can be overcome, but it will require more effort as we grow older. The weaknesses are easy to overcome at a younger age, but at a higher, as we grow older with each passing year, this ability will become to change our nature will not be very easy. Okay, but the point is, whenever you feel you are, whenever you feel you are not comfortable in one area of chess, you have to work more in that area. That's it. If you work more in that area in the proper way, you will improve in that area. Okay, and it is also important, like the next point I'm typing. So hard work is concentrating well on what you're doing right now. So full attention, good effort. Okay, and hard work is also doing finding your own way of doing things. So now if you see in any live stream we go, many players are asking, is this opening good, is that opening good, can you teach me what I should do? Okay, so we are always looking for solution from outside. This is fine to some extent, but we should not become too much reliant on getting solutions from outside. Okay, it is also very important that we try to find the solution from ourselves, from inside. So I should ask myself, am I working hard? Is the kind of work I am doing taking me closer to my aim or not? Right? You have to ask these kind of questions to yourself. Okay, am I putting enough effort? So let us say I'm practicing 2 hours a day. Practicing 2 hours a day is not hard work. Okay, I've already explained. So more work is not hard work, right? So the work should actually strain me a little bit. I should strain myself a little bit when I do that work. Okay, and I should be fully involved. That kind of work we should do. Okay, fine. So now let's go into the chess part. So, how do you think about your calculation skills, Alan? How
Yeah.
confident you are?
Yes, sir. It's good, but it's not consistent, sir. So I play in chess.com.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a rating of around some 1600.
Mm-hmm.
So some days Like some days when I play lots of puzzles and puzzle rush, and then I play, like the game will go good. I
Mm-hmm.
will my ratings will increase a little bit good. So
Mm-hmm.
when I like then when if I instead of focusing on this one, if I do my work and then I all of a sudden I continue on this chess part, like my ratings will go down. Then I will go back to puzzles and then I will refresh myself, and then I will, when I go, like my calculations and everything will be good, sir.
Okay.
But it is not
So,
but it is not consistent, sir. I need to see more positions, I feel.
okay, fine. So, what I would suggest is like let me give you a plan. Okay, how to work. Okay, so it seems like my internet connection some issue. Okay, now
Okay,
it's
sir.
fine. Now it's fine. So let me give you a small plan how you should plan your work. Okay, so few things I would say is like you have to first, any player who is ambitious, who wants to improve, one thing you have to do, you have to improve your calculation skills. Now it's not very difficult to improve our calculation skills if we start solving puzzles. Okay, now there are many puzzles books out there, and I will make a video recommendation for all these books. Okay, later in a separate video. But so I don't want to get into the book list and all this. So what I would say, you have to try to solve some easy puzzles to begin with. Now let me keep some easy puzzle first and see how you calculate.
Okay, sir.
So you said you are 1300, right? So I will try to give a
Yeah.
puzzle accordingly. Okay, so I will start with some very easy puzzle. Okay, and we will gradually try to. So can you see the position? It's white to play and draw.
Okay.
White to play and draw.
You are sharing a screen in Zoom, sir, or I need to check on
Uh,
YouTube?
do you have an account on chess.com? Chess.com, you
Yes,
already
sir, I
have an
have.
account, right? Okay, so in that,
Yes, sir, I have.
okay, so um, can you give me your handle?
Yes, sir, I will put it in the uh, YouTube chat, sir. Alan Jones, or it's without space actually, but let me type it again.
Alan Jones without space.
Yeah, sir. Alan Jones without space, and then or also without space, sir.
But you have some things in caps and all that, right?
Let me put it in regular. It is like this one is exact, sir. Capital A, and in the Jones capital J, and the initial or is caps. Other than everything is small, sir.
So can I send you a request, friend request to?
Yeah, sir. Let me send you.
So
I
my
will go to
ID
my
is
profile.
Thalaiva, Thaliva. Or you can see in the live stream also, the position is there.
Okay, sir. I'm able to see the position in the live stream.
So
Okay,
my
sir.
ID
It's
is,
black to move, play, and
yes,
win, right?
black to
Yeah,
play.
it's
Sorry, white to play and make a draw.
white to play and make a draw.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's rook e8. If there is no queen d8, it is a mate.
So white is a rook down. Yeah. Okay, Rahul, you're right.
Yes, sir. It's rook e8.
Yeah.
Okay, check. Then queen goes to d8.
Mm. And
Then uh, rook takes queen. King takes queen.
mm-hmm.
King takes rook, and then uh, and then I need to go to uh, rook d5, sorry, king d5, to get the to control the a pawn.
No, that will lose. If you go to that pawn ending game, it is not going to work. Okay, so I have sent you an invite on chess.com to join the board.
Okay, sir. uh,
Did you get the invite?
Activity.
You have to come to live chess. Okay, so please come to live chess.
So it's mm, play online computer, play a friend. Where is it live chess, sir? Like
So on the left,
it
if
just started.
you see the third thing where that pawn and hand is there,
Yeah.
if you just go with the mouse there, you will see live chess. When you go with the mouse near
Okay.
to it, you will
Ah,
see
okay,
an
sir. I
option
got it,
live
sir.
chess. So click on that.
Yeah, sir. I'm in live chess now.
Okay, so I will send an invite again.
Okay.
So now you will get an invitation. So I have put Alan
Ah, okay,
Jones
sir.
R. You got it?
Yeah, sir. I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so now you are in the board. Good. So rook e8, queen d8, and then, yeah,
Rook 8, queen 8. If I take with the rook, queen with the rook,
yeah, it will lose.
then
The pawn ending is lost.
pawn ending is lost. Okay.
Yeah. And our aim is to make a draw. So you have to find a clever move after rook e8, queen d8.
Okay, sir. So I need to place my rook in such a manner I should get a stalemate.
Mm.
So I feel like rook f8.
But
If
when you take queen f8, you have king d5 possible. The d5 square is
f5,
available for the
yeah,
king.
sir, it is possible.
So,
So I need to bring the rook to e5.
no, then he will maybe queen d7 is made.
Okay, I need to make sure like the queen takes a rook, and that my rook should be in a place.
Where it
Uh,
also controls the d5 square. The queen should control the d5 square.
okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, so you can just tell the moves. Okay, no need to draw arrows because when you play in a tournament game, you'll not be able to put arrows, right?
Okay, sir. Oh, okay. When I put the
So,
arrows, it's visible in the. Just now I'm seeing like my YouTube screen, like it's visible. Okay, sir, I got it. Yeah.
mm,
So I should put it in uh, rook g8, so that queen takes g8. Uh,
king is
My
stalemate.
d5 square is
Is
controlled by the
controlled.
queen, so it becomes stalemate. Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, good. So rook e8, queen d8, rook g8. Now if he takes queen into g8, it is a draw. Right. So
Yeah,
now
sir.
when we are solving puzzles, what will happen? Most of us will get excited at this point and think, yes, I've got the answer. Right. But what I would suggest is we have to keep our emotions under control. Okay. And whenever you think you have got the answer, you should not immediately come to the conclusion that I've got the answer. You have to do one or two more things. Okay, so what are those one or two more things? So everyone who is watching this stream, please pay attention to these small details. Okay, they are very important. So now you are solving a puzzle, and I have seen many players they solve puzzle and they are still not making good improvement. Now, why does this happen? It happens because when we solve puzzles, we are not solving it fully correctly, and many times we are like half-hearted effort happens. Okay, so for example, we get excited once we see this variation and say, "Yeah, I got the answer." But the next step is once you think you got the answer, the next step is try to check if your opponent can do something else at any point in your analysis. You have seen some variation, right? And in that variation, can your opponent change somewhere? So now tell me, does can black change anywhere in this line or not? So start from the beginning of the solution and try to find out where he can change or he cannot change. No, just a key. It is not made into. It's white to play and make a draw. So for rook e8, is queen d8 forced or not forced?
It's forced, sir.
It's forced. And then you play rook g8. Is queen g8 forced or not forced?
No,
So
it's
this is
not.
what checking the analysis means.
Okay.
Okay. So if queen to g8 is not forced, then what should?
Okay. In that case, uh, queen should be supported by the king.
So the
So,
king cannot
and
move.
it should be in the eighth rank. So,
Yeah.
queen into rook g8 is also forced, sir. If he
No, there
goes
is
to
one more
queen
move. There
f8
is one
or
more move possible. There is one
e8,
more move.
then the rook takes a queen and then it's a mate. So,
Yeah,
rook
there is
g8 is
one
also
more.
forced. Yeah.
Okay, there is one more move possible.
It's a king move. If I go king to b8, then rook takes
Lose the
queen
queen.
d8, and it's like a rook up. And
So
then,
king cannot move. So what you should learn is that when you see some variation and something is not working, then we should not immediately go to the initial conclusion. We should simply learn to say this particular move is not possible.
possible. Okay.
Okay, so
Rook
for rook g8, you said king b8, but king b8, rook into d8, white will win. So what you should say, king b8 is not possible.
possible.
That is
Yeah.
the conclusion you should come.
Yeah.
Okay,
King moves and
now
queen
you
moves
should
is
also
possible.
come to a conclusion that I cannot move my queen anywhere else
Yeah.
other
So it's
than
a pawn
g8.
move. Yeah.
So
And
queen
yes.
move eliminated. c7 pawn cannot move. So c7 pawn moves eliminated.
Yeah.
So what does that leave?
a6. I can move to go to a5. Yeah.
A pawn can move. So the a5 can move can be found. So what I'm trying to teach you here is you should spend this extra effort. I could have simply said, yeah, rook e8, queen d8, rook g8, queen g8, draw. Let's go to the next position. Okay. But we have to be very clear why we are solving puzzles. Not because these puzzles are going to come in our game. It is never going to come these positions. Then why do we still solve? So we are trying to solve mainly because by solving, we are trying to learn how I should be solving, isn't it? Okay. So we
Okay.
should try to solve while solving. We are actually learning how to analyze. That is the whole point. So we have to put some extra effort. That is why I already mentioned what hard work means. Okay, it is not just putting some casual effort and trying some extraordinary output. Okay, so the effort has to be extraordinary so that we deserve the excellent output. Okay, so we strained ourselves little bit than usual and we came up with the move a5, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So a5, now find the draw.
a5. Now what I will do is like I will take the queen with the rook. King takes d8, and then I will go for king b5, and then I will take the a5 pawn.
Yeah, fine. So my point is this also is important, right? That we see that a5, rook d8, king d8, king b5 is possible. So we are learning few things already. One, that it's not enough if you see only one variation when you are solving a puzzle. Okay,
Okay.
maybe what you have seen is the main line and you got it right, but it is not enough. Push yourself to see if there are some other small sidelines in the position and try to find those as well. The more variations you see, faster you will improve. Understand? But our nature is it will tell us whenever you have to put some extra effort, our lazy nature will say, no, no, you got the main line, it's enough. Okay, it will always ask us to stop the analysis as early as possible, but we should overcome that lazy nature and tell ourselves, no, I'm not solving this position to just get the answer. I'm solving this position because through this position, I want to teach myself how to analyze more, how to analyze correctly, how to keep my concentration good for a longer period. Okay, so all these things you have to learn and improve when you are solving one position. And when you, if you can do this for more number of positions, you will not only solve positions correctly, but you will acquire, you will learn these qualities also. And these qualities are the champion qualities where you are not satisfied with some um, not very decent analysis. Okay, so some half-hearted analysis where a lot of things are we have not seen, just one line we have seen. This kind of analysis we should not be happy. It should not make us happy. Okay, so we should always be curious to bring all the truth, extract everything out of the position. So this is what you have to teach yourself when you solve puzzles. Okay, and this is possible only when you have good concentration. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So now I'll just make the moves for the audience, those who could not follow it. So now if he takes, it's a stalemate and it's a draw. So the other continuation for rook g8 is he can try a5, and then now we take, because with the pawn on a6 we did not have access to
B5.
the square. For example, here if I take, I'm not able to attack the pawn, right? So I am forced to go away from the pawn and he will win. He will come close and he will eventually win with the c7 pawn. So to avoid this, we play rook g8 and then he plays a5. Now we take rook d8, king d8. We have the square, and let us say suppose he comes, we are on time to defend the pawn, and it's a draw. Okay, so let's go to the next position. Now this is slightly tricky. Okay, so here we have this position. Now more material on the board. Pawn and game, king and pawn and game. It is white to play and win.
White to play and
Not
win.
draw, white to play and win. So the 3 pawns look very scary, isn't it?
Yes, sir. So let me start with if I go to d7, I will lose e7. So then I can't make d8 queen also. So d7 it's not possible. a6 I will lose my pawn immediately. So I feel it should be king move. If I go to king f2, then h3, h2, h1, two moves. It will become. It will get a queen. I want to make. Okay. If I go
So,
to. Yes, sir.
so you have eliminated the pawn move. Okay,
Yeah.
so in the chat, what I would request is not to put the solutions too early. Let Mr. Alan Jones analyze and let us hear him analyze, like he's talking, right? How he's analyzing, and let us hear. So if he's making some mistakes, then I will identify those mistakes and try to correct them.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So I would request the audience not to put the answer on the chat window, and to Alan also I would suggest not to
Sure,
look
sir.
at
I'm seeing
the.
the board, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So please ignore the chat. Try
Okay, sir.
to solve it yourself.
Okay, sir. So there is no pawn moves. So it should be king move. And king, I can't go up. I can come down or sideways. So it leaves me with five moves.
Yes.
Let me go first with king f2. And if I go to king f2, h3, h3, I can't again come to g2.
G2.
He can go to h2. Then he will support h2 with g3. Even if I go to g2, then he will put a check from f3 and make the king move out of control of h1 square.
You
So
can go
that
to king h1, no? For f3, you can go king h1.
okay, king h1. Okay, f3, king h1. In that case, if he goes to
Try to find a win for black
okay,
at that point.
okay, then like he can go to f2. After going to f2, uh, yeah, after going to f2, it's a win for black.
So you can go king g2, right? To try to stop the pawn.
Yeah, king g2. So in that case, my like black will be having two of its pawn in second rank.
But
So
what will he play?
so if he plays f1 queen, f1 queen, like after I take f1 with king, like then he will promote h pawn to queen.
Yeah, or you can do vice versa. We
Yeah,
can
vice
start
versa.
with h1 queen, king into h1, and then we get f1 queen main,
Yeah.
isn't
So
it?
so
Okay,
king
so what is the
f2.
conclusion?
So I can't go to king f2.
So can we conclude white is losing here?
No, sir. Like there are four moves, right?
Understood. This is what many players will do. Okay, they will see one variation, either it will win for them or draw or a loss, and what we immediately conclude that, oh, this is winning or losing or drawing accordingly. Understood. So what we have to do, like once you see one variation and whatever is the conclusion is valid only for that variation.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I
so
think
then we should see if are there other variations I have to see.
yes, sir.
You should not immediately go to the conclusion. Okay.
Okay.
So king f2 you have seen. What about
Yeah.
king h2?
I like what I feel is like the same thing happens for king h2 also.
Hmm.
F2 and king h2 like so when I went to f2, king to f2, like he pushed h3 h2. So when I go to king h2, he will go the reverse the technique with f3 and f2. So I feel like we can eliminate h2 also, king h2
Okay.
also.
So two moves eliminated. So that leaves us three king backward moves.
Yeah,
h1 g1 f1.
h1 g1 and f1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to the viewers also I would suggest you try to follow the analysis which Alan is making. Okay. And you can also try to find, so whatever analysis he is telling, try to follow it in your head. Okay, another important thing, if you notice, I am not showing the moves on the board. Finally, I will show the moves on the board. But what I would suggest is, like when you are solving puzzles, it is very important you don't move pieces on the board. Because if you solve puzzle by moving pieces on the board, you will not improve your calculation skills. Your visualization skill not will improve, and as a result, you will not be able to calculate when you play in a tournament. Okay, so it is very important we don't move puzzles while solving. Okay. So king f2 h2 eliminated. Now analyze other moves.
Yes, sir. Now I'm going to start with king f1.
Okay.
King f1. So black is having three moves:
Mm.
f3, g3, and h3.
Mm.
Okay.
So which move makes more sense?
Sorry, sir.
Which move makes more sense for black when white plays king f1?
When I go for king f1,
So
so
same
what I,
logic.
yeah,
Like
sir,
when we saw king f2, we saw h3,
h3, yeah.
and
I
when
think
we
like
went king
again,
h2, we saw f3. Yeah. So
like h3 will be more forced.
mm.
The reason is like h2 and h1 it queens.
So and if I come king g1,
King g1. In that case, I need to go to g3,
yeah, and then f3 will come next.
yeah, f3.
So the king is just doing nothing, allowing the pawns to advance without any problem.
Yeah, sir.
So what should be the conclusion now?
So I feel like I can't go to king f1,
Okay, eliminated. So you have two other moves, g1 and h1.
g1 and h1. So
So
if I
similarly, can you eliminate any of the
I feel
moves?
like I can eliminate h1 also, king h1
Why?
also. He will go to f3.
Okay,
F3. When I go to g1, he will go to g3.
g3.
It's a similar portion. Yeah.
Fine. So both king h2, h1, f2, f1 have been eliminated.
Yeah, sir.
So that
Now
leaves
I'm
us
left
only
with
with one move,
only
which
one
is
more. Yeah. King g1.
king g1.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. So if I go to king g1,
Mm,
uh, now he is having three moves:
mm,
f3, g3, and h3.
mm,
If he goes to f3, let me go from f first. If we go to f3, in that case, if I go to king f2, if he pushes g3, like I can take f3 pawn. So he can't push f3. So similarly, he can't push h3 also. So he is left with g4 move. So once he plays g3, then I can go to king g2. Okay, king g2. I got it, sir. So king g1, like all three of his pawns can't make queen. Am I right, sir? Or I'm missing something?
um, can you repeat the last part again?
Yeah, sir. My idea is to go to king g1. If I go to king g1, he can't play f3 and h3. The reason is if he goes f3,
He
I
will
will
go in
go
front
to
of the pawn.
king f2. Then he can't promote g3 because my king will capture f3, and it comes back to g2 square. G2 square, and
Hmm.
his king can't move anywhere, so he needs to make a pawn move. So if he makes a pawn move, if I'm able to control this G and H pawn, like he's forced to move his B pawn, B7 to B6, then I will take the B pawn with A pawn, and then it promotes to queen.
But check that carefully. If you take AB6, what will he do? So let us say he plays G2, sorry G3. You come king G2, and he
Okay,
plays
sir.
B6. You take AB6. Now what can black do?
What can black do? Black king is not moving. He can play for a stalemate position. Okay, so within two moves, he need to lose all his pawns, or like his pawn should not be able to move. Uh, so king g1, he plays g3. I go to g2. Then he goes to b6, uh, a b6, and then if he goes f6, f3, I need to take with gf3, king f3, and then if he
There is a trick for black to survive. What is that trick?
almost okay. So what he can simply do is like he can play h3. My king will be on f3, right?
Yeah.
So if he tries to uh, if white is little bit careless, and then he tries to promote b7 to an idea of b8 queen, h2, h1 queen, h1 queen comes with a check. So king should take g3 first. In that case, if king takes g3, the pawn is on h3 now. So now, like I can make the queen, even if the king makes a queen, black makes a queen now. Like it is not a check, and when I make the queen, a queen on b8, it's a check and mate.
Okay. So actually, AB6 is not good. Black has stalemate trick.
Okay, okay, I got it, sir. I can even promote to a6, a7, a8.
So now tell me how it will end in a stalemate after AB6.
Okay, ab6
How can black make a stalemate? He simply has to get rid of all his pawns,
pawns.
isn't
Yeah.
it? So how can he do?
Okay, sir. I start from the beginning. King g1 and like g3. King goes to g2. Uh, I will go with f3. King takes f3. King takes f3. Then I will go for. I will. I will start losing the pawns first here before pushing b6. I will go for. I will go for h3 first. So he needs to take g3, king into g3, and then I will go to h2. I will lose the pawn, king into h2. Then I will push the pawn to b6.
Yeah.
Now, like if I go for a6, the b pawn have some five moves, so that
Okay.
I need just two moves to mate. Yeah, got it,
Yeah.
sir.
So now let me just show the analysis what Alan was suggesting. So first he said king f2 and then the pawn goes. Now I am not able to come close to the pawn and I am not able to make any pawn moves. I will lose the pawns. So if I try, he will simply advance all his pawns and black will win. So he eliminated king f2. So he tried king h2 and used the other pawn and same thing will happen. he will start advancing his pawns. So these two moves he eliminated. Okay, what we should not do is we should not see king f2 h3 and here we are seeing we are losing. Then we should not come to the conclusion that this position is losing for white. Okay, many of us make this mistake. We see some variation and it is not working for us, then we think it is losing for us, and if it is working for us, then we think it is winning for us. Both are incorrect conclusion. It simply means in one variation which you have seen, it is working or not working. Okay, so then you should immediately be curious about the other variations. So these two are eliminated. So I have to now consider these three moves. So he also rejected this for the same reason, and he will stop rolling the pawns. Similarly, he rejected this because the other side. So whichever side you go, the other side pawn he will advance, and then this is coming. So what he did is he eliminated all these king moves, and anyway these three king moves are ruled out. So that leaves only the g1 square. So he was unlacing king g1. Now black has three possible pawn moves. So if we push this pawn, then I come here. Now I am stopping the three pawns from moving. So let's say you can sacrifice one of the pawns. I take that. Now you are not able to push this pawn, I will take. You are not able to make this pawn, I will take. So basically black has no moves. He has to lose all his pawns. So now the other continuation is he can try this pawn. So whichever pawn advances, we should go and sit in front of that pawn. So now he cannot move both these pawns. So he can try the other pawn, but again we go and blockade. So now all these pawn moves are ruled out. So he can still try, let's say something like this. One of the pawns he can try to give and push, but we'll again come here, and we wait. Okay, so now again he is in zugzwang. He is not able to make any pawn moves. He is not able to make any king move. So he'll be forced to push his last pawn. Now here we should not become greedy, because if I take n%, then he will do this, he capture, he promotes, he capture, and it's a stalemate draw. So from a winning position, because we were greedy, we would have ended up with a draw. So for b5, instead of taking the pawn with n%, we should simply advance the pawn, and he will advance, and we are able to give checkmate, right? So this is the win. And here the last trick is this: for b6 or b5, we should not capture the pawn. Okay. Yeah, so Karan Gride says, but what if I play b5? You cannot take a b6 after that, isn't it? Yeah. But you are right, Karan. Okay. So let's go to next position.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I'm giving quite easy positions because Alan's rating is 1300. Okay. Whoa.
Yes, sir. I'm able to see the position. So white is moving forward.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a rook pawn. So I need to make sure, and I have bishop now. It's white to move now, sir.
White to play and win.
Okay,
So
sir.
here the pawn is wrong color.
Wrong color, yeah.
Wrong color to the bishop. So generally this is a draw.
Draw position, yeah.
Generally this is a draw. But here white is winning because it is white to move and he has some peculiar amount.
Yeah, sir. So how black can draw now is, if there is no g pawn, he should go to h8 square, king to
Yeah.
h8.
So if the
And
king comes to h8, whether the g pawn is there or not, it is a draw.
it is a draw. Yeah.
So
So
this square or even this square, because once he goes to king g7, we cannot stop him from going to h8.
yeah, sir.
Okay. So
So
Alan, I would request you to completely ignore the chat message. Okay. So whatever they are.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm seeing this chess.com video. This one, sir. Yeah, both, sir.
Yeah.
So king should not to uh, king should not come to h8. Like to go to h8, it should come via g8. So I can go place my bishop in e6, so that g8 square is controlled, and I need to place my pawn on h6, so that h6, so that king can't come via
g7.
g7 square.
Okay, so you want to have the bishop on e6 and pawn on
Pawn on,
h6 and prevent the king from approaching the pawn. So now
yes, sir.
the question is, how are you going to achieve it?
Okay, sir. So if I go straight
Okay, so
away,
let us stop now. Let us stop now because I want to share something
okay,
important
sir.
to the audience. Okay,
Okay.
so if you see like a train runs in two tracks, right? Similarly, in analysis also there are two tracks, two things that should happen simultaneously together. What are those two things? One, first is you have to find the correct idea, the concept, the theme, okay, and the main idea behind the position. So, like you said, I have to put my bishop in a to g8 diagonal and I have to keep my pawn on h6. This way, I can stop the king from coming closer, right? So, now this is the concept. But if you just have the concept, it is not enough. Immediately, you should start focusing on the implementation. How are you actually going to implement your idea? Whatever you are thinking, it should happen on the board, right? That is very important. So how can you ensure the idea you have seen, you are actually able to make it happen on the board?
Yes, sir. Uh, can I continue?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sure. So if I start with h6, so king will come to f7, and then it is easy for him to go to. Promote to h7.
Mm.
King will come to g7.
Mm.
So I should not start with pawn first. I should start with the bishop. So the bishop move is bishop e6. If
Mm.
I go to bishop e6, and if he follows the same technique like to go by f8, king f8, then I can go to h6.
Yeah,
He
tell
can't
me.
come up to the two squares.
Yeah. So should we conclude that bishop e6, king f8,
So
h6
bishop
white is
e6,
winning?
he is not
So
forced to
I
go
got the
to.
answer.
He is not forced to go to king f8. He can come to king e7, attacking the bishop on e6.
Yeah, very good. So let me stop you again one more minute. So this is very important quality we have to learn. So when you see this idea bishop e6 at 6, now you should realize this is just only the idea, the concept. Okay, so we should also be curious whether this can actually work or not. Will I be able to implement the idea or not? For example, let us say I think, okay, I see birds are flying in the sky, so I will just go to the terrace and I will do like a bird and I will start flying. So can I do that? I have an idea, right? Because birds are doing this and they are flying. So I will also do this and I will start flying. No, idea is different. The idea may be good, but you should be able to implement it. There will be many problems when it comes to implementation. So the strong players, what they do whenever they see some ideas which look at first to be correct, they will not immediately relax. Okay, they will become alert. Okay, so I have seen an interesting idea, but I am curious to know, I want to make it work. That is also very important. Okay, so they spend more time not on finding the idea. They usually find the idea very quickly, but in checking the small details. Should I try this first or that first? Yeah, analogy OP. Okay, so it is very important. The moment I see some interesting idea, I don't get carried away, and we should try to um, focus more on implementation. Okay, so the move orders are very critical. Should I try this first or this first? Okay, all these are very important. See, you cannot start by eating a dessert, right? So you go to dinner, you eat the dessert first, and then you come to the main course. It's not the, and finally you have the soup. Okay, we are mixing up everything. So the sequence, the correct order is very important. Okay, continue, please.
Yes, sir. So now we need to deal bishop e6 with king e7. Okay. So in that case, bishop is attacked. I need to control g8 square. But now king on g7, king on e7 gives him another one option to come to king f6. If I move my pawn in pawn forward, somehow after moving the bishop, he is getting another one square, g6. King can come via g6. So I need to control this g6 square also. So to start from the beginning, king e6, sorry, bishop e6, king e7. Let me take the bishop to c4 diagonal to just to keep the order. Keep an eye over g8 square. In that case, he will come to king king f6. So I should not move h pawn now. If I move the h pawn, I will lose the control over g6 square. King will come to g6, and then he will take the pawn over h6. This is a dog. The h6 square is also dog square pawn, dog square. So bishop can't support it, and the king is also in distance. So I should not move the pawn.
And if you don't
So
move the pawn, what else you can do?
sorry, sir.
If you don't move the pawn, what else you
Yeah,
can
I
do?
can move the king forward, and then I can protect the pawn first.
But what will happen in that case? Why did
In
he
that
come king
case,
f6?
now the king is on f6. So what he will try to do is he will try to go to g7 square, g7
Mhm.
square, and then like I will lose the game. Yeah, it is not possible. Okay.
You will not lose the game. He will make a
Yeah,
point.
sorry, it's a draw. Yeah.
Okay. So what should be the conclusion? This question is drawn after bishop e6, king e7.
Bishop e6, king e7. So in that case, now I moved the like bishop. I had kept the bishop in a2 to g8 diagonal, right? I will try to go this way. If I go via the problem in the last position is like king comes to g6. If I try to control the king, the g6 square with the bishop, then I feel like I can promote h pawn.
So
So
how you want to do
so
that?
yeah, so I go bishop e6 first, king e7. Then for this one, instead of I will go for bishop f5 now. Now when he comes to king f6, now I can promote. Now I can start promoting rolling the pawn. If I go to h6, king. If the king takes a bishop, h7, then I can make a queen. So now he can't take the bishop now, and he can't bishop take the bishop now, and he can't go back to g7 even, and like f6 also not g6 is also controlled, so it's winning, sir. Yeah, I got it.
Um, should you check the answer for any mistakes?
Uh, yes, sir. Let me recollect it once again. So bishop e6,
So this is
king.
also very important. Whenever you feel you have got the answer in the first time you are seeing an answer and you think you have got the answer, then you should immediately check it for mistakes. Have I made any mistakes for myself or for my opponent? If you have usually got the answer, most likely that is because you did not find the correct defensive idea for the opponent. So we will see some bad idea for the opponent and we will find a win against the bad idea. Okay? So let us see. Now check your answer.
Yes,
Sorry.
sir. So I'm going to bishop e6 now. So king e7. Now I'm going to bishop f5.
Okay, so immediately should you not have got a doubt at this point? What doubt? You played bishop e6, king e7, bishop f5.
Okay.
So
Yeah, sir, I
immediately
got it.
some
Yeah.
logical
King
question
is
should
not
come.
forced to go to f6. If he comes
No,
to
no,
f6,
no.
it's winning. King
Hmm.
can go to f7 or f8 even.
Okay, so the
The
logical
idea is to go
question.
to g8. So there is
Okay,
another one way. Okay.
okay. Let me put it this another way. So, what did White gain by playing bishop e6, king e7, bishop f5? Why not play bishop f5 immediately? Should you not have got that doubt? Why should I go Bishop e6, king e7, bishop f5. What do I gain by that? Why not I play king f5 and win directly? Now, why we did not go to bishop f5? Why we went to e6?
Okay.
The whole point was to
Control
going to bishop
G8
e6,
square. Yeah, I went to
f7 g8.
G6 6
So
to
you
control.
didn't want king f7, king g8 or king f8, king g8 to come, right?
Yeah.
And with bishop f5, you are not doing it. So he will try to take advantage of it, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So this is what we have to learn. Okay, so that is the reason why we have to check our analysis. Okay?
Okay, sir. Yeah. So straight away, if I go to bishop f5, he will go to, he is having to he can go to f7, king to f7, or king to f8. If he goes to king to f8, I can't control next one move. I can't now. I'm not controlling g7 as well as g8 square. So in one move, I can't control two squares. So in that case, like somehow, like he will find a way to reach h8. If
So
I
what is the
don't,
conclusion?
yeah, if I go to bishop f5 straight away, so he will go to king
King
f7
f7,
or king
king
f8.
f8. It's a
Okay,
draw.
and he will find a way to reach h8 square.
Okay, so now if you apply the common sense, if you go bishop e6, king e7, bishop f5, it's the same, right? He can go to king f7 or king f8. Alan, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
You understood what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm following, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so the bishop cannot go to f5. So for bishop e6, king e7, you tried bishop c4 staying in that diagonal, and he plays king f6, it's a draw. Because if h6, king g6 is coming, it's a draw, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So bishop e6, king e7, bishop c4 is a draw. And we also found bishop e6, king e7, bishop f5 is a draw, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So bishop e6, king e7, can we try something else other than bishop in this diagonal or bishop going to the other diagonal? Do we have any other possibility? This is how you should prompt
Okay.
yourself.
Okay,
Okay,
sir. Okay.
you have to ask the right questions. Okay, and you have to prompt your thought process in the correct direction. You have to steer your thought process in the correct direction.
Okay, sir. Got it. Yeah. So I can go another one move, but I
What
don't
is
think it
that?
will be useful. Like the move is bishop to d7 check. He is not forced to take the.
No, 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 no. What you are doing is you are rejecting your first move. Okay, we have not completed bishop e6. We started with bishop e6 idea, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
we have not exhausted all the lines in bishop e6. Try to make bishop e6 work. See, any square you go, I'll come king f7, king g8, or king f7, king g7. So bishop e6 is the only way you can try to control this g8 and g7 squares, because the bishop alone cannot do, the pawn alone cannot do. So the
Yeah.
pawn and bishop should coordinate and control the g7, g8 squares. Okay, so bishop e6 is correct, king e7. Now
King
try to
d7.
find that
Okay, sir.
solution.
I got it. I got it. I can straight away once king comes to e7, I can if I play h6, he's not forced to take the bishop. If he takes the bishop, h7 and h8 queen.
Yeah.
In that case, uh, in that
Okay, so now let me stop you here. So now you are getting your hopes high again. Your hopes are rising again
yes, sir.
after
It's
seeing
rising.
h6. Yeah. So you see our emotions when we are solving puzzles. What is happening to our emotion? Whenever we think we got the answer, it is going up. And whenever we find some difference, drops. Right? So immediately when it drops, how we react? We reject our whole idea. We jump to some other idea. Right?
Yes,
So you
sir.
can see how the emotions play a role in which lines we are analyzing, which lines we are rejecting. Okay, so it is very important when we are trying to improve our chess, we should be very neutral, like a judge. Okay, so this side one they will shout something, this side they will shout something. You grasp the essence of the arguments, finally you come to a conclusion and give your opinion. Right? Similarly, your mind will try to analyze. The positive side will try to come up with all the good analysis. it will try to find the correct solution. On the negative side, it will try to discourage us. Okay, it will put hurdles in our thought process. So there is a battle in our head between the good and the bad qualities of ourselves. Okay, and we should try to support the positive side and defeat the weaker side. This battle should also happen. So keep your concentration good, remain calm, okay, and analyze. You will get it. Okay, so bishop e6, king e7, h6. Now we have realized he cannot take king e6. So what will he do?
He needs to somehow reach h8 square on time. F7 is not possible. It is controlled by bishop. So he can go to f6 or f8.
But f8, does it have any idea?
F8. The idea is if he goes to h7, I will jump to king g7. King g7. Uh, I won't move to h7. I will simply bring my king. Like once he is I will move, do a waiting move, and like once he moves the king to f8 again, then I will start pushing the pawn.
Not f8. His king is on f8 already.
Okay, from f8 to he moves to this way, e7
Away from
or
the
like
pawn.
e8.
e7 or e8. Then you play h7 and the pawn promotes.
Yeah.
Right. So what is the conclusion? That
So
bishop
bishop.
e6 is winning? Is that the conclusion?
Yeah, sir. I'm
No.
concluding it. I feel
No,
like
no,
I
no,
can win.
no. No, what we have to conclude is after bishop e6, king e7, h6, king f8 is losing to king g3. So what you should see instead of king f8?
Instead of king f8, I need to see king f6.
This also you have to see. So only after finding a win for king f6, you can conclude you got the win.
Okay.
So basically you have to exhaust all the possibilities for your opponent as well. Got
Yeah.
it? Not just the ones which is convenient for you to get the answer. And this is what most of us do. So we see two moves for opponent. In one move we are getting a win. So we say we have calculated everything. No, you have to check the other move as well. Got it?
Got it, sir. Yeah. So bishop e6, king e7, h6. Now king on f6 now.
Okay, so after you see an opponent move, don't immediately try to find your move. First understand the opponent move. What is he trying to do?
So he's like the same thing. Like if I go to h7, he will go to king g7. So h7 is not possible. At the same time, he is trying to attack the pawn via g6. King to
His idea
g6,
is king g6.
king g6. Yeah.
This is what
So
you should realize. Okay.
yeah,
So now if you allow king g6, what is happening?
king
You
g6.
come to a
Like
conclusion.
then
It
I
will be
will
a
lose
draw.
my pawn.
It will be a
So
draw.
what I need to do in that case, I need to go for bishop f5.
Because if bishop f7, if you try to do bishop f7, what can you do?
If I go for bishop f7, uh, he can go to
King is on f6.
uh, king is on
f6. Black king is on f6. White pawn h6. Bishop f7. So basically I'm trying to confuse you. Put you off balance. And you should remain firm. Okay? That is very important. I'm just trying to confuse you.
yes, king is on black king is on f6 now. My white bishop is on uh, f7 now, and the pawn is on h6.
h6.
h6. So in that case,
No, but I'm also trying to bring out how an untrained human mind can be easily confused. Understood? So these things we should know because we can exploit it to our advantage in a tournament game. If your opponent is inexperienced and you feel you are very experienced, you can do some monkey tricks and try to get away with it.
okay, so in that case, black can uh, push the pawn forward, and he's also having some
Okay, start
two.
from the beginning, please. Start from the beginning. So whenever you feel you have lost control of the position in your
Okay,
head, no,
okay,
whenever you lost control of the position, You
Yeah.
have to start from the beginning, slowly go through the position, come to
Okay,
that
sir.
position, things will be very clear. So this is a
Okay.
very important advice to all of you who are watching. Whenever you are solving puzzle or whenever you are analyzing a position, you sometimes no, many times we will lose the position in the head. Okay, things will be clear. Suddenly it will become confusing. So at that moment, what you should do, you simply start from the beginning, slowly tell the moves, and you will again get the position in your head. So this you should all try. Okay, so whenever you are losing track of the position, start from the beginning, come to the initial this position, it will fine. It will be fine. So now tell me.
Okay, sir. First bishop e6, then king e7. Now I go for h6. Now he comes king f6. Now I'm left with two moves. Either I need to control g6 square.
G6 square.
So I need to go control via bishop f5, or I need to control via bishop g7. If I go bishop
F7.
bishop f5, in that case,
No, bishop f5 we will analyze later.
yeah.
Okay.
So now we are going for bishop f7. When we go to bishop f7, king is on king is on f6. Okay. Now if I go to
You
h3,
you are winning in
sorry.
one move.
Okay, okay. I got
I'm
it, sir.
just
I can go
trolling
for
you.
h7. I can go
No,
for
no, no,
h7 if
no.
he
H7 king g7 draw.
king g7 is not. So I can't go to h7.
But your
So
king is on f6. I'm keeping my bishop on f7. What you can do? Your king is on f6. I'm keeping the bishop on f7. What you can do? Can't you capture it? Can't you
sorry, sir.
simply
Can I
take the
use
bishop?
arrows?
Huh? The position is not clear in your head.
King is on f6.
Yeah, and the bishop is on f7.
Bishop is on f7,
So you can simply
and my
take
pawn is on
h6.
yeah. Uh,
So you are simply remaining within the box.
okay, okay, got it, got it. So I can't go to king bishop f7. I need to go for bishop f5 only.
Yeah. So basically, you see how easily we are getting losing our balance. You understand? It's
Okay,
nothing
okay,
to do with the position.
okay.
Please
Yeah,
understand
got it.
this.
Yeah. The
So the
idea was to
position,
control g6 square. I missed like there is two ways to control the g6 square. One is to bishop f5 and one is to bishop f7. Bishop f7 is a useless move. Like I can't promote the queen. Promote the queen. Okay, so it should be bishop f5. Okay, sir, got it.
okay.
Yeah.
So my point, what I'm trying to say is, if we start reacting to every small change that is happening in the position with emotions, then we will lose control of our balance. Okay. So whenever something goes in a way which you don't expect, you should simply tell, okay, fine, let me remain calm. Because the only way your brain will work efficiently is when you can still keep control of your mind. Okay, so the mind should not dictate how you should think. You should dictate the mind how it should think. You should take control, and you should never lose this control. See, for example, it is like flying a kite. Okay, so the kite will be very high, right? Somewhere very high, and I am controlling the kite with the thread. Now, if I lose the thread, I have no control over the kite. So the kite is like our mind. Okay, so you have to keep it control consciously. Okay, so whenever don't get sad, don't become don't become desperate. Okay, don't become frustrated. Whenever this is happening, you have to tell yourself, no, I will try till I get the answer. So this determination will give you the strength to handle difficult situations. Okay, so keep telling yourself, whenever I am losing control of the position, whenever I don't know what to do, okay, you simply have to keep trying more. Okay, so it is not confused Alan or poor Alan. He's putting a honest effort, so I really appreciate that, Alan. So let us go to king f6 bishop f5. Now what should black do?
So in that case, black cannot take the bishop.
Hmm?
At the same time, he can't go back even. He
My
can't
pawn
go
is on
to
f6.
g6 as well as
Yeah.
g7 square,
Mm.
and he can't
So can you
take
do
the.
this without arrows?
Yes, sir.
Because I want to put you in an actual tournament situation.
Okay, sir, got it. Yeah.
So whatever you can do there, you can do here.
I can't put arrows in the tournament. I got it,
No.
sir.
Okay. So
So king can't take the bishop in f5, as well as king is having no squares over the g file. So I need to go back. I need to go back to f7 square, or I need to move the pawn. Moving the pawn, I don't think it is going to help anyway. So I will go to f7, king to f7.
okay. So
Now,
now king f7. Now instead of trying to immediately find a white move for king f7, what you should ask yourself, and this you should do consistently, that what is my opponent's idea? Why did he play king f7? What he will do next? Okay.
okay,
So what do you think he will do next after king f7? If you
okay,
give him one more move.
okay. And the idea is king f7 and then king g8 and control over h8 square.
Yeah. So he is going to play king g8. Okay,
Okay,
so once he goes king g8, you cannot stop him from reaching king h8 and he will make a draw. So now when you pay some extra, put some extra effort in trying to understand the idea behind the opponent move, then only we actually realize the danger,
okay,
right? Or his threat. And if we don't know his threat, we absolutely have no way of finding it, preventing it, right? Even if we do, it will be like we got lucky. Okay, so with systematic thinking, you can teach yourself to spot your opponent's ideas, and once you have that information, then you are more in your control. Okay, fine. So now we know he wants to play king g8. So what you're going
yeah.
to do about it?
So
His
now
king
my
is on
bishop is
f7.
on f5 now. So now what I can do is I can put a check from king bishop e6, so that my bishop controls g8 square also. And since my pawn is on h6, g7 square is also controlled.
But
Uh, yeah.
but
So
for
even if he takes the bishop or moves right, I can promote h6 to h7, h7 and h8 queen.
okay, so again, what is happening is you saw bishop e6,
Okay,
and
he can
you
go
saw
to king
you got
f6.
excited,
Okay,
but after bishop e6, he has a draw in one move. What is that?
okay.
Where is your pawn?
My pawn is on my pawn is on h6. My pawn
Okay,
is on h6. Okay, so
and
he
you
can come to. I missed. Okay, he can come to g6. King to
this you
g6.
missed,
Okay,
right? He can actually come to g6,
g6. So in
right?
that case, I can't move the bishop from this diagonal.
Mm. So you have to keep the g6 square under control. And he also
Well
wants
as
to play king g8.
yeah,
So
as well as I want to control g8 square. So
yeah,
what I can do now is like I can try bishop h7, so that
so it's a
h8
funny
square.
configuration, right? You voluntarily go in front of your pawn, not letting the pawn move forward, but that is the only way to save the pawn, and also prevent his king from going to g8 or g8 or g7 to h8.
Yeah,
Okay, so after bishop f5, king f7, we are going bishop h7.
bishop
So
h7.
what will black do then?
Okay, now black should somehow attack the pawn on h6. It is not possible via g6 because bishop is on h7.
Mhm.
So he should attack via uh, king g5, king
No, no.
g5.
Where is
But
the black king? Start from beginning.
yeah,
You lost control of the position, so go back. Start from the beginning.
okay. Bishop e6, king e7. Then I go bishop f5. He
No,
goes,
not bishop f5.
sorry, h6. Uh, h6. Now he goes king g6.
King g6. King is on e7.
Sorry, king f6.
Idea king g6, and we prevented it with
Then bishop f5.
yeah
Then
bishop
I
f5.
go to. Sorry, sir. I will start from the beginning.
Yeah. So
Bishop.
the audience, can you see like how an untrained mind is struggling? Okay, so there are many struggles that is happening. One, trying to remember the variation which we had just seen few moves ago, few minutes ago, right? And trying to visualize the position correctly, where the piece is, where the pawn is. This is also creating some issues, right? And every one of us go through these problems. These are all very practical problems. And as a coach, this is what we have to teach the students, how we overcome these issues. It comes to everyone. Okay, so we have to overcome these issues. Fine. So bishop e6, king e7,
Uh, H6,
king
H6,
f6,
king F6. Then I go.
idea king
Then I go
g6,
bishop F5.
king f7, idea king g8,
Then I go bishop H7. Bishop
bishop
H7.
h7.
King is on F7.
Yeah,
Okay, and the pawn is on H6. So he
he
wants to
cannot go
attack the
down.
pawn.
Or he
Yeah,
can try to come up.
he
You can
wants
try
to
king
come up.
f6.
Yeah. So if he comes king F6 now,
Hmm.
in that case, I need to. Can I bring my king up?
So what
King.
is his idea now with the pawn, king on f6 and pawn on g5?
He
What he
wants
will
to
try
push
to
the
do,
pawn over G4,
and
and
then
then
come
he brings the king to G4 and attack the pawn on.
king g5 and win the pawn.
Yeah,
So what we should do?
I need to bring my king to support the pawn.
Hmm.
Okay, so in that case, I will go for king G3 first.
Hmm.
King G3,
Hmm.
and then I will go for the king. If there is anyway like
g4 now.
if he comes
So king
yes,
f6, king g3, g4. What you can do?
I will take the pawn.
King into g4. At the same time, you are preventing king g5.
Yeah.
And if he goes back after king into g4, king f7,
If he goes to king F7, then I will move my king forward.
forward. Okay, so you can go king g5, something like that,
King G5.
and push the king
Any,
back. King f8,
if he pushes king F8, I will go for uh, king F6
king f6. Now he cannot come king g8, he cannot come king g7. He will be forced to move
left
away.
side
King
to the
e8.
E file. Then I
Okay.
will bring back the. I need to. Okay. Then the
You can
easy
bring
way is
back
I
the
will go
bishop.
to. I will take my king to G7 first.
Okay. King g7 is also fine.
Yeah.
So now the question to the audience. So can all of you follow the analysis? What John was suggesting, Alan Jones was suggesting. Did the audience follow the analysis? What are mistakes he made, and finally he got the solution. Everyone got it? Okay. So now, what did you learn watching Alan struggle and eventually getting the answer? What was the lesson for you? What did you learn in this way of solving the position? What are the takeaways? We all go through these processes, isn't it? We forget the position, we lose track of the position, right? And we don't find the moves. We are having problems visualizing, finding good defense for the opponent. Okay, so let me show what he suggested. So now the idea is to come here, and I just confused him like this. Now when I keep the move here, he will immediately see this, right? So when I show the position here, he will see this. But at this position, when you try to imagine, okay, so he was not able to realize that I can simply take the bishop at that moment, right? So this is the correct move, and I am not able to access, so I can try to reach e8 h8 to make a draw. And here he was for a long time thinking this was winning, but he simply missed this move. Okay, then he found this, and here now the idea is to win the pawn like this, so you have to go and you push the taking out of these points, and white is winning, right? So there are a lot of small lessons, okay, and this is how we have to solve the puzzles. Okay, so you see, we solved maybe 3 puzzles, right? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and it took long time, isn't it? So how long we have been streaming? Um, where do I find this information?
It's around some 1.5 hours, sir. Yeah.
1.5 hours. So
Yeah.
we were solving, discussing these positions for 1.5 hours, and we could solve only 3 positions. Now, a question to the audience and also to you, Alan. Do any of you solve like this? Do you solve like this? Is this the way you solve? Or in this 1.5 hours, you would have solved maybe 30 positions.
No, so this is the first time solving puzzles in this manner, sir. So what I used to do is like I will see 2 3 moves and I will straight away run it. If it is failing, okay, I will go for next puzzle and I will see the answer.
Yeah. So you understand, right? How you
Yeah,
have
sir.
been
I got it.
solving all these years, okay, and how we are solving now. It's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is more strenuous? Which is more difficult?
This one, sir.
This one is
Definitely.
more difficult, right?
Yeah.
So how many puzzle rush we would have done in this 1.5 hours, right? We'd have written a big storybook, puzzle rush, right?
Yeah,
So
sir. Yeah.
so there are 4 things we have to watch out for while solving puzzles, and this I think I have already mentioned in one of my earlier videos, but if you have not watched, I will just stress it again. Okay, so first thing is, please don't move pieces on the board. And you see how I tricked you. I kept a bishop here, and except this move, you told everything else. I was basically bluffing you, trolling you.
Yeah, sir. I got it. Yeah.
Okay, and you are not able to find this move because you are not able to see the position in your head, right? So
Yes,
it
sir.
means I was just trying to show to the audience that your visualization skill, you have to work more on that. And not just you, most of those who are watching these sessions, they will have exactly the same problem. Many of them, they would also have lost track of the position at different moments. Okay, so but if I give this to any player who has solved lot of positions this way, they won't even need a chessboard. Okay, I can keep like another 20 pieces on the board, they will not get confused. Okay, so basically we have to build a chessboard in the head. Okay, you have to build a chessboard in the head where as you see the variations, just like on a physical chessboard in front of you, you move pieces, the pieces move, and you can see, right, with your eyes. So similarly, you have to build a chessboard in your head, and when you are analyzing variations, the pieces move in the head, you should be able to see them moving, and there is no confusion. The confusion should not come. Okay, but it will take some time to reach that point. Okay,
Okay.
so but for that, it won't happen just because like I sit quiet for 1 year, and after 1 year my time has come where I can see. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so you have to practice, and then you will get better.
Okay.
Understood? That is very important. Okay, fine. So can we invite anyone else from the audience? Any other volunteer? But you need a good internet connection, computer. You can send invite on Zoom and you can join. Any other volunteers? So let's wait in the chat. Okay, so Avinash is interested. Let's just see anyone else. One person, I forgot the name. Narula, or he volunteered along with Alan Jones. So I'm just seeing if he is available. I can ask him to join. Yeah, so Avinash and chess content. Okay, so maybe Avinash. Okay, chess content. Okay, I cannot like do it with everyone. Okay, so one volunteer. So Avinash, how do I contact? Can you post your? I want to send the Zoom link to you. How do we do that? So if you can give me some information, your WhatsApp or email. Chess content. No, I've already chosen Avinash. Okay, so we'll do more such sessions in the future. Don't worry. So Avinash, I need your email or WhatsApp. How can you post it? Is Avinash even there? He's not responding. Okay, fine. Yeah, I got it. You can delete the message. Okay. So now let me send the invite. I'm using 3 monitors. So which is that bit confusing. Okay, Avinash, I have sent you the Zoom link invitation. So please join us. Yeah, viral Viraj Pandit. So we are waiting for yes, chess content. We can. Okay. So waiting for Avinash to join us in Zoom. So main takeaways are like when we are solving, many times we will lose track of the position, which is normal. You don't have to be ashamed about it. You don't have to feel bad about it. Okay. Yeah. So chess content in the next session we can consider you as the first option. Okay. Yeah. So um, where is Avinash? Yes, he have joined us. Hello, Avinash. You have muted yourself. Let unmute and talk.
Oh, can you listen to me?
Yes, I can hear you. So the audience, can you all hear Avinash? Can you message us in the chat window? I think they should be able to hear you as well. So okay, Avinash, please tell about yourself.
Sir,
Where are you from? You are from Tamil Nadu, Chennai?
no, I know Tamil, but I am
Oh,
actually from Tamil Nadu. I'm right now staying in Bangalore.
you're staying in Bangalore. Okay.
I'm
So
doing
tell
my
us about yourself.
I'm doing my third year in engineering.
Third
I'm
year
doing,
engineering. Okay.
yeah, I'm doing electronics and communication engineering.
Okay, fine. So do you have a chess rating?
Yeah, I do have.
So what is the chess rating?
It is around 1900 in leeches.
Okay, but you don't have a FIDE rating or such.
No, I do not have a FIDE rating, but I have played a few FIDE tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a little bit tough for me to get the rating, but I will get there eventually.
Eventually you will get it. Okay,
Yes.
so best wishes. So now I will again. So your rating is like 1900 on leeches, but
Yes, yes.
FIDE you don't have a rating. So I'm really not sure what strength. Like if a player has a 1900 rating in leeches, what will be the actual strength? I don't have much
Even I
idea.
do not
So
have a clear idea how the rating system
doesn't
works.
matter. So
Yes.
you can see the. Okay, so can I have your chess.com ID as well?
Chess.com ID. I do not have a chess.com ID
Okay,
actually.
so then what you can do is like you can watch the live stream,
Yes.
keep the next position. It's white to play and make a draw.
Okay.
So Alan, you can also try to solve. It's 200, 300 points. So if it is 1900, around 15 to 1600. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm also checking.
So Avinash, if you want, you can put your video on. I will try to bring the video on into the screen.
Sir, I have logged in using my mobile phone.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't give the answer immediately. Please wait for a
Yes,
few minutes.
I'm calculating the variations.
Yeah. And Gizmo girl, I have a request. The Nightbot I have configured to give some commands. So can we activate the Nightbot here? It's active in the other channel.
Sir, it is white to play, isn't it?
White to play and make a draw.
Okay. Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Mm. King G7. Sir, can I go ahead with the answer?
Yeah, please.
Uh, so white will start with King G6.
Mm.
Black will go King E6. So it's some kind of like opposition. And white will go King H5, and black will go King F5,
Mm.
and mm, mm,
So here, how do we make a draw? So the white pawn is moving.
upwards.
Yeah.
uh,
Someone in the chat got confused.
King G7. So the idea would be to come in front of the black pawn. Is that correct?
Mhm. No, I don't want to give any clues. Okay. So
No,
your
that
struggle you have to
no, that
handle.
is the idea here.
Okay.
Like to get it done. Mm, mm, well, mm. So I think King G7 is another option apart from King G6. Mm,
So how does it help you?
mm.
So I would suggest please ignore the chat. Okay.
Yeah, I am not looking at the chat.
Oh, the OBS some issue? Okay. So one moment.
Yes.
Yeah, fix the OBS. Yeah, I think now you can start sending the analysis in the chat. Someone has found it out. But I would request you both not to ignore the chat, okay? Yeah, Avinash and Alan, they have not shared their video, so I'm not able to show their video. So maybe in the upcoming sessions, if the volunteers, if you can arrange for your video to be shown as well, that will be fantastic going forward. Why to play and make a draw?
Mm.
No, just content. Yeah, brainwaves, chess club. Good. Okay, okay. Brainwaves. No, the last move was illegal.
Sir, we go King G7. He goes King E7. Then you come to King G6. He comes to King E6, and then you repeat the position.
Sorry, can you repeat again, please?
We go King G7 first.
Mm-hmm.
He might reply with King E7,
Mm-hmm.
and we go King G6. He
Mm-hmm.
has to go King E6,
Okay.
and then we
And then?
repeat the position.
No, how do you repeat? You go king G7 again, right?
Yeah, I go King G7 again.
But I can come king F5, isn't it?
King F5.
Mm. Why should I go king E7?
Well, I can go King F7.
Maybe bishop E5.
Bishop E5.
Basically, I want to get the king to like F4, G3,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
and win the H pawn. So the answer cannot be waiting. Okay, this is what you have to realize. You cannot simply wait and say I'll make a draw. Okay, if you just wait, black will simply go after your pawn and win. So
Okay,
you have to be
okay.
more concrete. The solution should be more forcing.
Mm,
Yeah, some of you have got the answer. That's good. Yeah, Viraj Pandit, yes. Yeah, like someone told the concept and he just got influenced. We should not be influenced by the what others are saying. Alan, did you get it?
Yeah, sir, I got it.
You got it, okay.
Sir, able to hear me? I got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I believe the audience, you are watching the chat, right? And you'd have seen that some of you have got the answer.
Sir, can I go with my variation?
Sure.
Okay. So king g6, king e6, uh, king. Um,
Just do the logical thing. Okay, don't try to do anything special. King g6 makes a lot of sense. King e6 and then
I cannot go king h6.
yeah, doesn't
Mm,
make sense. You could have
mm,
gone king h6 in the first move itself. So what is the point of king g6? You wanted to come up with the king, right?
yes.
So do that.
Mm, king.
Then it will be lost. I think.
King h5, I
Yeah,
guess.
king h5 and then
But he will go king f5 and he will
king f5.
keep me
Continue.
in zugzwang.
Continue. It's not zugzwang. Now you have a one more draw.
Uh,
So you came till here initially, but then
yeah, I could not find after this.
find something. Yeah, you gave up quickly. So you should
Uh,
learn to be more persistent.
okay. Mm, H4.
Okay. Now, if he takes
Uh,
GH4, it's a simple draw, isn't it?
y-
So,
yes, yes, yes.
what can he try?
Mm, mm, no, H4. I think he has to. He cannot take with the pawn. It will be a
Okay. So, GH4,
stalemate.
King H4 will be draw. And if he plays G4,
It's also a draw.
stalemate.
Yeah, stalemate.
So, this is it. So, Viraj Pandit is asking, how do we know whether we have exhausted all the resources in the position? You keep trying different things. That is all. So, usually what happens, an inexperienced mind, it will try few things and it will come to a conclusion. But we should try to keep persistent. We should be persistent and try different alternatives. Okay. And that's how
Yes.
we learn to be persistent. Okay, let me give another position.
Okay.
So this is slightly tough, but let's try anyway. So it is white to play and draw. Okay, white to play and draw. Black pawn is coming like this.
White to play.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay, so
so it
when we are
starts with rook a4,
okay, rook a4,
king e7,
king e7,
rook a7.
rook a7 check.
Mm,
Now if he goes
okay,
back,
he will escape. He will escape.
no, if he goes back, what happens? If king d8 or e8,
Then rook to 8.
rook 8 check and rook into h8.
Yeah.
So where should he go?
He will go to d6 and he will try
Okay,
to escape.
but after king d6, white has a draw.
Mm,
So there are two things. So both of you can keep solving, and if you've got the answer, just alert me. Then I can come back. In the meantime, I'll
okay.
give some suggestions to the audience. So
Okay.
these all these positions which I'm sharing today, they are called studies or compositions, and they are very good for improving our calculation skills and also the visualization part. So you can improve your visualization and your calculation skills will get better, and if all these things get better, your confidence will also improve. So I would suggest every one of you to solve at least like 2 or 3 studies like this on a daily basis, but you can see that how much effort is involved, right? So more effort is required. And we should not just try some 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes, and if we don't get the answer, we see the solution or we give up. That should never happen. Okay, so you have to teach yourself to be committed, persistent. You need that discipline. No matter what, I will get the answer. Without getting the answer, you should not go to the next position. This is very important. But most of us, what we do, we try for a few minutes, and then when it is not working, we immediately go to the next position. We see the solution and we convince ourselves, like if the first move is right, I got the answer, something like this. Okay, getting the first move or second move is not enough. You need to get the full solution. And solving studies is a very good tool to improve calculation. No, but Karan, if you see, it is also forcing. This one is also forcing. Because for rook a4, you are threatening rook a8 check. And he has to play king e7. You play rook a7 check. He has to play king d6. Any other king move, he lose the pawn. Your opponent doesn't have any choices at all. At this point. So to the audience, whenever we are solving positions, I would say maybe you all should take a chessboard. So for example, when I take classes for all these players, my students like Karthik and Murli, Arvind Chidambaram, Prague, they are all very good in calculation. And maybe like once we'll bring them here. Yeah. Many of you have got the answer. I'm not responding to that. So many of you have got it right. So what they do, they have a chessboard near them. Okay, during the Zoom live class when we are having, where I will be sharing the same chess screen with them, they will still like have a chessboard near them. Whatever position I'm keeping, they will keep the position on the chessboard and they will think. So I would request the audience to try something similar. Okay,
Sir,
you can. Yeah.
I think I got the answer.
Mm-hmm.
It is rook a4, it's the starting move. Rook
Mm-hmm.
a4, king e7, rook a7, king d6, rook a6. No, king d6, rook a8.
And then you're attacking the queen. What can the
Yes.
queen do?
It has no other option but to take the rook, but the king has no other squares to move.
Yeah, it's also again ending up in a stalemate. So it's
Yeah.
very the king in the middle of the board, and still it is ending in a stalemate, right? So the
Yes.
king is covering these two squares, the queen is covering, pawn is covering, this pawn is covering, this bishop is covering. So you see, every unit in the board has one major role. So if there's no h pawn, king g4 will come. If there is no g pawn, king f6 will come, right? So everything has current guide. If you go rook b4, rook b8, queen into b8, it will not be a stalemate. So the rook should exactly go to the square. So Karan is asking why not like rook b4? Why particularly here? So here also he will come here. When you get check, he will come here, and when you do this, he takes. Now the queen is not controlling the square, so it's not a stalemate. So you have to go to the a file and give the rook, so that it will control e4 and it's a stalemate. Got it? Fine. So I think it was quite interesting session working with both of you.
Yes, sir,
So
it was.
what I would suggest is like try to solve a lot of studies like this, and without moving pieces. This
Sir,
is
could you
very
suggest
important.
any book or any other website where you can solve studies like this with deep
Okay,
calculation?
fine. So many are asking to suggest where I can get studies, right? Okay,
Yes.
1 minute. So one thing is like you can just Google for studies. I will suggest some composers' names. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I will type in the chat. Okay, so now what I will do in the chat window, I will type some book names where you can find all these things. Okay, just give me
Yes,
a
sir.
moment.
Sure.
One moment. So this is the first book recommendation. Okay, so I have suggested few book names, and I have also given few composers who are quite good. Okay, so you can solve from these books or these authors, composers. So even if you go to Google and type for chess studies, chess composition, you will find many links. There are world championship for compositions, so tournaments are happening, national championships like that. So you can do that. And the other suggestion is there is a WhatsApp group by a doctor, and they are giving a lot of positions in WhatsApp. You can try to identify and join that group as well.
Sir, how could I get
Or
reach
if you
the?
just go to social media like Facebook, you go to Facebook and you just search for chess composition, chess studies. There are many Facebook groups who are giving these positions on a daily basis. Daily basis, you will get many positions. So please
Okay,
join in such Facebook groups and you will get access. Or you can just Google and you will get many positions. So
okay, sir.
getting positions is not very difficult. One thing you have to keep in
So,
mind is if you choose some very difficult puzzle, then it could be a problem.
mhm.
Okay, because if it is
It
like
should be
way beyond
according to
your
your
current
level.
level, yeah, way beyond your current level, then we will
Okay.
never get the answer and will
Yeah.
become very demotivated. We will
Okay.
think like there is something wrong with my calculation, that's why I'm not able to solve. It's nothing
Okay.
like that. So you have to, so in these positions and all, I have categorized them into different difficulty levels. So according to the student, I can choose and give a position which they can solve, but not too easily. With a little
Mhm.
bit of struggle, they will be able to solve. So I'm able to choose such positions and give. But when you are trying to get positions yourself and try to solve, this may not happen. So sometimes you will inevitably choose some difficult positions and you could get into difficulties. Okay, so the other important thing is to solve studies, you should give yourself like 20 minutes, 30 minutes per position. Okay, not 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Mhm.
1 0 should be added. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
you have to give yourself enough time to find the answer. This is also very important. If you try to solve very quickly, too quickly, then it won't help. So if
Mhm.
you solve half the solution correctly, no use. Okay, it is very important. You just imagine you are trying to jump across a well. You have jumped half across, and then you say yay,
You will fall
and then you
down.
will just no point,
Yes.
right? Better not
Yes.
to jump at all. So half-hearted attempts, getting half answers, half the solution, not enough. Getting the first
Yes.
move correct means nothing. Many of us, we cheat ourselves by doing this. We get the first move correct and we don't go into the details, and we have not seen some good defense for the opponent, we don't see them, and if we solve like this, it won't help much. Okay, so it is very
Yes.
important we get the full solution correct. Okay, no moving pieces. And when you're solving studies, give yourself more time. when you are solving puzzles, depending on the puzzle difficulty, you have to spend time. Okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
So thank you both of you for joining us, and
Thank you,
thank
sir.
Pleasure,
you
sir.
all the
Pleasure,
Thank you.
sir.
viewers for
Yes,
being
sir. It's
here and
very
watching
good
the stream.
learning, interacting with you, sir. Thank you, sir. And I joined your process training also.
You're
So I
joining
hope
coaches
like I
training,
will
so
have more interactions with you. Thank you, sir.
yeah,
Thanks a lot.
definitely. Yeah, thank you very much, Alan. So just Alan has mentioned about coaches training. We have started an online training platform. It's called Approaches Training. We have around 22 grandmasters with us as coaches, and they'll be teaching from January 1st onwards. In just 4 or 5 days from now, the first lessons will start. So, if anyone of you is interested, please visit approachestraining.com, and then you will get all the details. And the classes will start from 1st January. And there are 22 grandmasters teaching, even for the first group, which is like 1000 unrated players to 1400. The grandmasters will, many of the grandmasters will be teaching. Okay, so if you're interested, please visit the website and look more for the details. So thank you
Sure, sir.
everyone, and we will try to do more of these kind of sessions. I also want to get some feedback from the audience. Would you like me to do sessions like this, choosing audience from the live and then interacting with them? I can do this, or I can do solo, like I can um, take some topic, try to teach from that, or we should do a mixture of both. What do you think? Yeah, Viraj Pandit, you will get the email.
Sir?
No, I won't stop streaming after 1st Jan. This is different, that is different. Yeah. So you want to ask something, Avinash?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So we will try to have a balance of both. Okay. So we will take some topic and discuss, and other days we will do some interaction with some student from the audience. Okay. Fine. So
Yes, sir.
thank you, everyone. Have a good day, and Merry Christmas to all the audience, and we will meet soon. So whenever I am making videos or when I am going live on other platforms, I will record those videos and I will post them in YouTube as well. So you will keep getting regular contents, and you can anyway go back to and with audience on and off. Okay, fine. Yeah. So thank you everyone. Take care. Bye bye.
Thanks a
Thank you
lot.
very much.